Warning? Contains spoilers for House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 7, Driftmark. House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 7 suggests King Viserys I Targaryen dying at this point would be a mercy, not a tragedy, but it can't happen just yet. King Viserys' illness has been a prominent part of House of the Dragon's story. Even since its earliest episodes, there's clearly been something wrong with Westeros' ruler, with actor Paddy Considine revealing Viserys' disease is leprosy. The longer it goes on, the worse it gets, and the more House of the Dragon not only stretches credulity of the king's continued survival, but suggests he really needs to die. That's never more clear than in House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 7. Having already, somewhat incredibly, survived House of the Dragon's 10-year time jump despite collapsing at and bleeding all over Rhaenyra Targaryen and Laenor Valyrian's wedding ceremony, suggesting his end was nigh. Viserys continues to go on, but things are increasingly bad. Episode 7 sees him once again looking increasingly frail and becoming more confused, at one point referring to his wife Alicent Hightower by the name of his former wife, Aemma Arryn. King Viserys' illness very much troubles him, but so too does his feuding family. He is burdened as much by these political machinations and increasingly intense rivalries as he is his disease, if not more so. Hess clearly exhausted of everything and ready to go, to be reunited with his Aemma and find a sense of peace, but is being denied that, and will be for a surprising amount of time to come. House of the Dragon's time jump will make Viserys' survival more surprising, with Viserys continuing to be in such a terrible state in House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 7, then it means him living will make its next timeline skips even more surviving. Though not as big as its decade-forward leap, House of the Dragon's timeline will need to jump a few years at some point in order to age up Rhaenyra and Alicent's children, allowing them to play bigger, more combative roles in the Dance of the Dragons. That will likely be around 4-6 years, allowing for Aegon to become a full adult, since he will be the one challenging Rhaenyra's claim to the Iron Throne, but Viserys surviving that long is another minor miracle. After House of the Dragon's 10-year time jump, Viserys' sores had increased, most of his hair was gone, and he was missing a forearm. In Episode 7, he cannot stand for long. To have Viserys surviving House of the Dragon's time jumps, a total of around 15 years after a point when he first seemed on the edge of death, Episode 5 is quite remarkable. Will King Viserys die in House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 8? With the time jump quite likely to happen in House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 8, a logical point is the final recasts need to happen with enough time before the end of the season to bed those versions of the characters in and get through the necessary story, then it begs the question whether this is when King Viserys will die. After all, Viserys' death is the kind of show-altering event that Game of Thrones typically saved for Episode 9, with the death of Ned Stark in Season 1 being the clearest comparison point. However, with a lot of fallout to explore from Viserys' death to the Dance of the Dragons properly kicking off, which will presumably be the end of House of the Dragon Season 1, then having him die at the end of 8 might make sense. That should mostly depend on the time jump. If it's in 8, then Viserys probably has to die, even if it may seem as though he has so many diseases they make him indestructible by cancelling each other out. The next time jump is likely when Viserys will be seen wearing a mask, suggesting Hess got even worse, and by that point, it surely must let him rest for good. Why Viserys needs to die for House of the Dragon's story? It's not just that Viserys' death would be a mercy for the poor king, but that it is absolutely critical for House of the Dragon's story. The Dance of the Dragons truly begins after he dies, and so with him still around, the stability of the realm, much like the man itself, is being held together by the finest of threads. Viserys' death is the incident that will allow chaos and carnage to reign, for battle lines to be clearly drawn, shaded in either green, supporters of Alicent, or black, Rhaenyra. It will leave a vacancy upon the Iron Throne for which its two claimants will do just about anything to fill, turning the legacy of Viserys, a mostly decent man but not a suitable king, into a whole lot of death and destruction. House of the Dragon releases new episodes Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on HBO and HBO Max. Want more House of the Dragon articles? Check out our essential content below. Complete House of the Dragon Guide. All your questions answered. Where was House of the Dragon filmed? All real-life Westeros locations. House of the Dragon timeline confirmed and explained. House of the Dragon. Every major family missing from Game of Thrones.